Hey everyone, how's everyone doing out there today? Blake here from BodyFit coming at you live from North Bay, Ontario. Yes, what are we going to talk about today? Something very important for those of you who are looking to lose weight, get fit, and get healthy. I want to talk about 3 foods that you definitely do not want to eat on a consistent basis if you're looking to lose weight, get fit, and get healthy, right? These types of foods, chances are you have them in your cupboards right now. They're in your cupboards, and for a lot of us, especially when we were growing up, these foods were the staple for some of our households in terms of what we ate during the day, right? But fortunately, what we're going to do today is I am going to take you through these 3 foods on that you want to avoid if you want to lose weight, get fit, and get healthy, right? Okay. Now, why are these foods bad? Okay. When you are losing weight, there are 3 things that you really want to get under control. First, calories, right? You want to get your calorie consumption under control, meaning that you want to get your calories within a certain range that will allow your body to lose weight and burn fat, right? The only way to do that is to make sure your daily calorie allowance is under your basal metabolic rate. Your basal metabolic rate being the amount of daily calories you need just to function, maintain your current body weight. So anything below your basal metabolic rate in terms of the amount of calories you have on a daily basis, chances are you're going to lose weight, right? Anything above it, you're going to gain weight. I know, but that's the way it works, right? That's basically the way it works in terms of losing and gaining weight. Any amount of calories you have on a daily basis over and above your basal metabolic rate, depending how active you are, chances are you will gain weight. Anything below your basal metabolic rate, in terms of your daily calorie allowance, you will lose weight. Number 1. Number 2, processed starches, carbohydrates. Now, we need carbohydrates. There's nothing wrong with carbohydrates, despite the fact that they've been made out to be the boogeyman when it comes to gaining weight, right? With all the low carb, keto type of nutrition plans and diets out there. But the fact of the matter is our muscles rely on carbohydrates to perform, to function. You know what? We need carbohydrates, a certain amount of carbohydrates, if we want to get stronger. We want our muscles to get toned, get stronger, because our muscles use carbohydrates as its preferred muscle fuel. Remember that. Our muscles prefer carbohydrates. Number 1 preferred fuel source to power our muscles. That's the bottom line for that. So, you know what? We need a certain amount of carbohydrates if we want to get stronger, get more tone, get stronger. That's the key here, right? So, carbohydrates. But the thing you got to remember about processed starches is that they contain a lot of carbohydrate density, right? Now, here's the thing. If we don't use a certain amount of carbohydrates that we ingest, guess what happens? Those carbohydrates get stored, metabolized as body fat. So any carbohydrates that we don't use for fuel, to burn as fuel, gets metabolized and stored as body fat, right? Again, we don't want that, right? And thirdly, sodium. Mainly excess amounts of sodium now. Don't get me wrong, sodium, we need sodium. Sodium is an electrolyte that we need just to function. Our muscles need sodium to maintain proper function. If we want our muscles to function the way they're supposed to function, we need sodium, a certain amount of sodium in our systems. Sodium is not bad, but excess sodium on a consistent basis is. And that's the problem with these foods, is that they are loaded with sodium. Now, the recommended amount, well, my recommended amount if you want to lose weight and maintain a healthy blood pressure is about 2 grams of sodium per day. That is my recommended amount of sodium that you should be having on a daily basis, just to perform everyday functions for your muscles. That's a good healthy balance there, 2 grams. But these foods will easily take you over and above the 2-gram mark just in one single meal. And that's crazy, right? Just in one single meal, one of these food sources can take you over and above 2 grams of sodium per day. Now, why is that bad? Well, excess sodium will allow you to retain water at the cellular level, and that will create water weight. It'll create weight gain. It'll get you that puffy look. Your joints will puff up. You just get that puffy look, which we don't want when we're trying to lose weight, right? We don't want our cells to retain a lot of water. We want to get rid of water, right? We want to get rid of that water. So sodium, excess amounts of sodium on a consistent basis will allow our cells at the cellular level to retain water and to hold on to that water. And that brings me to a second point about sodium, excess sodium, is that they put up blocks in your body that won't allow you to lose weight, right? When your body is chock full of water, nothing gets out. No, your toxins don't get out. Everything gets stuck in your body. When your excess sodium levels are high, it puts up these blocks. The only way to lose weight is to reduce those barriers to allow toxins and water to leave your body on an efficient and consistent basis every day. Make sense? That's the only way it works, folks. You have high sodium, consistently high sodium in your diet on a daily basis. 1, you're going to gain water weight. Number 2, you're going to retain that weight because your body is not functioning the way it should be functioning in terms of getting rid of toxins and water. And if you consistently have high sodium foods, it's going to contribute to a host of other problems. Heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, which can lead to strokes. You know what? And we don't want that. We don't want that. So, number 3 is high, consistent levels of sodium in your daily diet. And these foods, folks, contain all 3. They take you over the threshold for your daily calorie allowance, your sodium allowance, your carbohydrate allowance. We don't want that. You got to get rid of these foods if you want to lose weight, right? And chances are you have these in the cupboards. After this video, I want you to go take a look at your cupboards, and chances are you're going to see one of these foods in your cupboard. So, what are these foods, right? Okay, let's take a look at these foods. So, the number one culprit. There it is. Hold on, folks. Rice-A-Roni. We all love our rice-A-Roni. I know, right? We all love our rice-A-Roni. But the problem is that it has, this one box here, has about 1,400 calories, 3 plus grams of sodium, and 150 grams of processed starches. And this one little box is enough for you to gain weight. And that what makes rice-A-Roni, it tastes great, right? Who doesn't love rice-A-Roni in terms of its taste? But when you take a look at it in terms of what you're trying to do to lose weight, rice-A-Roni is a bad fit. You do not want to consistently eat rice-A-Roni when you're trying to lose weight because you'll never lose weight. Trust me on this, you'll never lose weight if you consistently eat rice-A-Roni. Just because of the fact it's going to take you over and above your daily calorie allowance. Remember before, if you want to lose weight, you got to get your calorie intake under your basal metabolic rate. Not so with rice-A-Roni. It's going to take you over and above. Number 2, it's got an excessively amount of sodium in it. It's got 3 grams. And that's just one box, right? Chances are we eat one box to ourselves, right? So you really have to watch out with the sodium levels on here. If you're having these 2 times a week, 3 times a week, you got to stop. You got to stop. And number 3 is the carbohydrates. It's got 150 grams per box. 150 grams. That's too much. It's going to when you eat one box of these and the starches that it has, the processed starches, it's going to invoke a sugar rush, an insulin spike. You don't want that. you know what? And chances are the excess carbohydrates in this box are going to metabolize as fat. We don't want that, right? So, lesson one, don't eat rice Aroni if you're trying to lose weight. Get fit and get healthy. Number two, let's take a look at number two. All right, number two. I know, it's good old craft dinner. Yeah, it's it's a staple of university students and college students right across this country, right? There's not one university or college student I know that doesn't have a box full of craft dinner in their cupboards. You know what? It's okay. I mean, I'm not going to say it's okay, but if you're trying to lose weight, get fit, and get healthy, you really want to watch your intake of craft dinner because, number one, per box, it's got about 1,000 calories. 1,000 calories, just one box. And let's be honest with ourselves, folks. We have a box. When we eat craft dinner, we just don't have a quarter of a box or a half a box. We have the whole box, right? And let's just be honest with ourselves, right? One box has 1,000 calories, has 1.2 grams of sodium, 1.4 grams of sodium, sorry, which is, that's way too much, right? And it has about 130 to 140 grams of starches, processed starches, meaning the carbohydrates. One box of this, folks, is enough to take you over and above your basal metabolic rate, and it's enough to raise your sodium levels over and above what you need to maintain muscular and bodily functions, which will allow you to retain more water weight in your cells. And it's going to, keep on eating this stuff. It's going to raise your blood pressure. You don't want that. And, craft dinner. Only in emergencies, really, when you really, really have to have craft dinner. Once in a blue moon, okay. But other than that, I would not eat this food if you are looking to lose weight, get fit, and get healthy. Okay, on to number three. All right. All right, folks. Here it is. Sidekicks. We all love them. We all have them. We all had them. You know why? Easy to make. They go with anything. Go with any side. The cats are called sidekicks, right? They go with any type of food. Fish, chicken, you name it. Sidekicks will go with it. The problem with sidekicks is that they contain an outrageous amount of sodium, calories, and starches. You do not want that, right? You do not want that. This bag here, close to 800 calories alone. And let's be honest, folks. Like craft dinner, we are going to eat probably a full bag to ourselves, right? Let's just be honest. And that's about 800 calories. It's got about 1.4 to 1.5 grams of sodium in it. And it's got, how many carbohydrates? Take a guess. Well, 130 grams of carbohydrates in it. Hold on. 32 grams, 23. Oh, sorry, folks. That is close to 100 grams of carbohydrates in this one package. Still, that is still too high. I don't care. It's still too high for one sitting. It is too high for one sitting. You don't want that. You do not want that type of carbohydrate intake at one sitting because half of that is going to metabolize into fat. I'm going to be honest with you. Your body can't metabolize all those carbohydrates as fuel at one sitting. It's going to store, and guess what it gets stored as? It gets stored as fat. You don't want that. So my suggestion, folks, when it comes to sidekicks like craft dinner, if you're going to have it once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon where your body, if you're exercising, your body is in a more better position to try and metabolize the carbohydrates, the calories, and the sodium, for your body to use. But chances are there's still going to be excess sodium, which will translate into more water weight gain. There's going to be excess carbohydrates. It's going to metabolize into a certain amount of fat and excess calories, which is going to take you over and above your basal metabolic rate, which is going to, take a guess, allow you to gain weight. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So if this is forming a staple of your diet, and you want to lose weight, folks, you do not want Sidekicks to be a side dish. Give Sidekicks a kick to the curb, right? Just a poor joke, sorry. But short story, you're going to have to get rid of your Sidekicks. Sorry, folks. That's just the way it goes. If you want to lose weight, get fit and get healthy. All right, so those are the 3 types of foods that you want to avoid if you are trying to lose weight, get fit, and get healthy. Because, 1, they contain an outrageous amount of calories per package. Look at the rice Aroni. 1,500 calories. That's crazy per box. That's too much. Number 2, they contain an outrageous amount of sodium. Now, sodium, of course, a lot of bad things with excess amount of sodium. So remember, sodium is not a bad thing. We need a certain amount of sodium for our body to function. Around the 1.5 to 2 gram mark, right? Depending on how big you are, gender. But generally, you're looking at 1.5 to 2 grams for your sodium intake for the day. For the day. Just one of these things, one of these food choices here will take you over and above that in one serving, right? I mean, one package. That's too much. That's not including other meals that you have during the day. Way too much, folks, because excess sodium will lead to water weight gain, puts up blocks, doesn't allow your body to move out toxins and excess water. Just puts up blocks and barriers when you're trying to lose weight. And you don't want excess sodium on a consistent basis because it's just bad for your health. Leads to, on a continuous basis and on a more long-term basis, can lead to high blood pressure, leads to possibly heart disease, possibly kidney disease, and God forbid, you know what, strokes. And we don't want that. We do not want that, folks. And number 3, starches, excess amount of starches. Like I said, we need a certain amount of carbohydrates for muscle fuel, right? But when our bodies does not burn those carbohydrates, the excess gets stored as body fat, right? We do not want that. We don't want our carbohydrate sources being stored as body fat. We want to use carbohydrates to improve our performance, whether it's push-ups, sit-ups, calisthenics, whether it's boot camp, CrossFit, weight training, bodybuilding, powerlifting, strength training, whatever it is, you need a certain amount of carbohydrates to power those activities. Be smart about your carbohydrate choices. This isn't a smart choice. Those aren't smart choices. Be smart about your carbohydrate choices, and you will tone and strengthen your body, coupled with a progressive fitness and exercise regime. So there you go, folks. These are the 3 foods you definitely do not want to have on a consistent basis if you are trying to lose weight, get fit, and get healthy, right? All right, Blake here from BodyFit. I want to wish everyone a great day, have a great weekend, and remember, folks, stay safe, stay strong. All right, Blake here. Take care.